we just had the Cleveland Browns versus the Panthers last weekend. Can you help us kind of like recap it in a way where we could understand? I kind of watched it, but I didn't really watch it. I just saw like some highlights. And so can you just give us like a breakdown for dummies version?
Well, I mean, Browns won. So there you go. That's the breakdown. I'm just playing.
That's
All
all
right.
we
So
need to know.
I was watching the game, but kind of not because I didn't have any money on it. But I was still like cycling back and forth because I knew that I was going to have to do a segment on this. So from what I got from the game, breaking it down as simple as I can. All right. The first quarter, when it started, both teams, they kind of came out slow, like heavyweight boxers wanting to feel each other out. And this is also supposed to be a revenge game for Baker Mayfield against his old team. So there's a lot of hype around it. So a lot of nerves.
Mhm.
So it was obvious that the Browns were going to use a run first offense and then maybe, check down receivers to open up swing passes. That's when, the running back just kind of runs off to the side of the quarterback still in the backfield and they dump it off. A lot of short yardage plays. So they didn't want to get Brissett too involved too early. So what they did was no one scored in the first quarter. But in the second quarter is when the Browns started to turn it up on offense and defense. Nick Chubb just started shoving it down their throat, pun intended. And Kareem Hunt, he was catching balls in the screen, getting a couple yards. And also the Browns defensive line was getting at Baker Mayfield all day, man. Just like an uninvited guest in your house. Just they're there. And
Won't leave.
Baker Mayfield was on his back more than Deshaun Watson in a massage parlor, bro. I'm just going to go ahead and say you that. So eventually, and I told you, Sydney, that you asked who did I think was going to score the first touchdown for the Browns? I think you said, the safe answer, Nick Chubb. But I was like, nah, Amari Cooper has a chance to catch one, which he almost did, but Brissett overthrew him a little bit. Mm-hmm. But I said it was going to come out of the backfield, maybe a swing pass on the goal line or fade route. And Kareem Hunt, little swing pass in the red zone. So I kind of almost got it in head on, but it was their first touchdown in the second. And then they scored again. So it was 14-0. Then Baker Mayfield finally decides, oh, I'm a quarterback. And, he leads a pretty good drive down the field. I think he threw a 50-yard bomb, which the receiver got tackled on the one, which led to a Christian McCaffrey 1-yard rush up the gut on the goal line for a touchdown. Cut it down 14-7. Then Cade, what's his name? Cade York.
Okay.
The kicker, he at the end of the quarter, he kicked a field goal to put them up 17-14. So now I'm just going to bypass all these crazy stats and whatnot and just get back to the end of the game where the Panthers are down 20-7. So Baker Mayfield's got to come alive. Like something's got to do. And that's exactly what he did. He came back from a 13-point deficit to put them up by one late in the game. I think there was like barely over a minute left. So Brissett gets the ball. He leads a 13-yard pass drive, which then I think Kareem Hunt got a 9-yard drive, 9-yard rushing. And then they got, I guess within field goal range for their kicker, Cade York, because he had to kick a 58-yard field goal to win the game, which he did. And I think it was final score? Well, doesn't matter. Browns won, which they haven't won a season opener since 2004. So that's actually a big start to the game or to the season. So